What's going on, guys? Today we're making a video about AFRs and Target stuff.
What? What's Target stuff?
What's going on, guys? Today we're making a video on tuning the Miata and we're targeting AFRs and yeah. Today we're gonna be busting out the laptop, Dustin Williams sticker on it. This is my old laptop. It's a piece of crap. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually broke today. But today we are actually gonna be changing the tune on the Miata because I've been running extremely rich. I will show you guys the Target AFR table in a second, but I've been getting about 190 miles per tank on the Miata, 190 miles in about 9 gallons. So it's a little over 20 miles per gallon, but people in the forums and a lot of people have been getting around 26, 27, 28 miles per gallon. I would be fine with 25, but today we are going to fix that. This has been an issue for a super long time that I've known about, and I just haven't taken care of it because I've been doing so many other crazy things that every time I want to do this, something else happens, like the Speed 3 being broken. That'll be a different video, but it's still broken and we've done a ton to try to fix it. Right now, we're gonna get into doing this. We're gonna switch some stuff on the laptop that connects to the ECU in the car, and then we're gonna go on for a drive to switch the AFRs around. So currently, this is my AFR target table right here. This is vacuum pressure right here. Everything above 100 is in boost, and we went to 185. Right here goes down to 30, which is basically close to idling. Actually, it's around like 35, I think, is idling. And this is RPM right here, so 500 all the way to 7,000. And looking at this map right now, it is very rich in certain areas. Like up into this area is pretty rich. Down low here is pretty rich. And we're gonna try to make it to where it kind of flows better instead of going straight from 13.6 to 12.3. Going from vacuum pressure to 100, which is like 13.4 to 12.2, from 100 to 105 is kind of a big jump. So it's kind of weird. And I want to fix some stuff up in my cruising RPMs on the freeway because it's super rich. It's like around 12.8 to 1 air to fuel ratio, which it should be around 14.7 on the freeway because your car doesn't push very hard. Going on a road where we can go about 65, 70, and then we're doing a lot of other stuff with lower RPM tuning. So we can get around 14 to about 14.7, just not ramping on it, but into boost, stay around to 12 to 1, or when we're in like high boost, go down to 11.5 to 1. This is what the table now looks like. It's a lot leaner in idling RPMs, and didn't really worry about that too much, these bottom 2 lines as much. It's gonna be hard to listen because the car's so loud, but the idea is right now we get these AFRs that are around when I'm cruising, or they're currently around like 13.5, 12.5, which is not good. We want it around 14 to 14.5 would be solid. But we are tuning it right now with Megasquirt. There's an automatic feature called V Analyze Live, and that's what we're using right now. So hopefully get it to go to where I set the AFRs are on the map. So the idea is to drive around and let the tuning software do what it needs to do automatically, and then apply the changes when we're done. So I'm just gonna go up and down the RPMs with the same kind of throttle position, and then that'll tune certain parts of the map. So I'll do like 50% throttle position, go from 2K to 6K, then I'll do 50%, 60%, 70%, and then so on and so forth to where we get to maybe a better fueling table.
Everything is lose it all, lose it all, lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
I will talk more about this matter tomorrow as it is dark now. Bye.
I could hold my head up high. Now I know I can't take it anymore. 'Cause I'm feeling that I'm lost inside.
Is fall all laid out right now?
Trying to get over you.
Oh yeah. the next day here, and we're time to work on the Miata. We're not gonna do a ton today. We are gonna do a few cosmetic things. We're definitely gonna get a front bumper. We're definitely gonna have to make some tabs to get the front bumper mounted. We're probably gonna get those quick release bumper fasteners for the bumper to go on, because obviously there's a little differences now. We don't have the front end to be hanging onto the bumper too, so quick release bumper fasteners, some tabs right here for the bumper, and then we'll be solid with the bumper. Inside of the engine bay, it's super dirty. I'm tired of orange, blue, red, green, black, silver, chrome, red, green, purple, black. It's just all different. I want the color to be all similar. I want the engine bay to actually look good finally. So what I'm gonna do today is take out some of the chrome parts from the intercooler piping in the intake, cold air intake, and then we're gonna spray it black. And I can't really do much with this. If you guys know, this is the front end done by KL Fab. I really want to make this look nice, sand it all down, paint it all black from all the way in here, underneath here. If you can tell, it's been rusting a lot. I can't do anything with that yet, because if I took everything off, painted it, it would be ruined, because in a couple days from now, I'm gonna get a bumper and I need tabs welded for the bumper, like I said before, and you can't weld over paint. So just ruin it. I'd have to take everything off again and repaint again in the spot that the welds destroyed the paint, or we had to get the paint off to start welding in the first place. I'm gonna start with getting a couple of these things off. I'm definitely gonna paint this black at some point too. If you can tell, like this, we had to take off this paint of the intercooler because we had to weld right there. And time to make everything look a little more clean. This was kind of like the joke engine bay of the group, and now I want it to look somewhat professional. I want things to be cleaned up. I want, you know, not as cluttered, get this crap out of there. So we're gonna be doing that today. Also, one last thing, I really wanted to use my DSLR camera, but the SD card crapped itself, so I just ordered a new one. But for now, I'm really glad I have this GoPro, so I'm able to actually film this. Because I've been doing a lot of things recently, not filming, or doing a really bad job at filming, and I end up not making a video on it. So I'm definitely gonna get better at that through the time goes on, or as the time progresses. And we're gonna get to doing this right now. What's really cool is I have this little setup for the GoPro, so I'm gonna put you guys on top of my head and give you what my point of view looks like when working on the car. So far, I have taken off the intercooler piping on the hot side, the cold side and the hot side. I've taken off the intake pipe with the filter, taken off this fender. I've taken off the charcoal canister that is over there. I'll show you guys. Plugged up the vacuum line right here and right here. Also plugged up the vacuum line, where is it? Right there. I'm going to, I used to have a vacuum tee right here running towards my, the charcoal canister, as well as the blow-off valve, which is also on the cold air, the cold side of the intercooler piping. Now I'm not gonna need a vacuum tee, so it's gonna look a lot better just going to this vacuum source on the intake manifold. And this got freaking roasted, but this isn't really doing anything right now anyways. It's just a way or two, pretty much this is just a breather hose. It's a sad thing for a oil catch cam. We will figure that out in the near future. We will get a different piece of line. We will fix this up, make it looking pretty again. I'm just gonna show you guys something really quick that I plan to fix in the upcoming weeks here. I guess like 2 weeks from now, or a week from now. All of this wiring, if you notice, there's wiring junk everywhere. This used to be for my old headlights where they'd go up and down. It's all on the other side too. I'm not necessarily gonna tuck all the wires, but I do want everything kind of like this. You know what I mean? Like split loomed, taped up, in its own spot, not boom, 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 boom. It's just, I hate it right now, but I'm not gonna touch it right now, because when I take everything else off, it's just gonna have to be undone again. So right now, I'm actually gonna go get some more primer, because the can I have is hardly anything. Right here is what we're going to be spraying. We're gonna take off this blow-off valve first, cover up the holes, and yeah. All right, we got ourselves some primer for cars specifically. Got ourselves some Scotch Brite so we could scratch up the metals over here, get it kind of sanded down a little bit before we actually paint. Check out this painting station. This is called ingenuity right here, boys. Used some fishing string, went through the holes of the squat rack or the power rack, and I'm gonna be able to paint, you know, every single angle all at once without, you know, the paint touching anywhere. They're far enough away where it shouldn't overspray and hit. And if I was kind of worried about hitting the actual rack, but what I'm spraying is black other than the primer, so it should be okay. First little section of gloss black going on. We're gonna start it off with real light, even though we got primer on there. We're gonna start out real light. The floor is ruined. It's really just dust, it'll come right up. Let's do this. So I'm actually not gonna be able to put that in the car today. I'm going to let it dry 100%. I still have like a couple more coats of black, and then I'm gonna go over with the semi-gloss. I don't want it to be incredibly glossy because it's just gonna get that much dirtier that quicker. I'm already doing black, which is probably gonna show dirt a lot more than, you know, any other color, but it's taking me everything in my body right now not to sand the crap out of this because it is disgusting. But I know if I sand it right now, it'll just get even worse in a couple of days from now. All right, guys, kind of weeks later at this point. I've been kind of behind with everything. School just started back up again, but I want to show you the finished product with the intake piping and the intercooler piping. I'm gonna show you that right now. So the piping, the color actually came out really good. It's been a couple weeks now, so it's actually a lot dirtier than it was before, but it is black, turned out really good, came out very glossy. There are parts of it that are starting to like chip from just like me hitting stuff, doing stuff with the car. But honestly, I can probably go back over with the black Sharpie, so I'm not too worried about that. But overall, everything came out pretty good. Check it all out. I think the black added a much needed finish to the car. The chrome was just kind of out of place and didn't really make sense, to be completely honest. And it's a little different. All intake piping and intercooler piping typically is chrome. So I just wanted to make it black, just something for me to do, easy, fun, cheap. And I'm still using my GoPro right now. I actually did get the SD card, but the upcoming next couple of videos will be with the GoPro. I'm trying to do the best with the audio. I know it's weird at points. I know that about the GoPro, so I'm gonna actually try to fix that upcoming as well. There is something on the car right now I'm purposely not showing you guys. Hopefully you can't see it, but I'm purposely not showing you guys because it'd be something really cool to see in upcoming videos from now. I'm super excited for this to be on the car, and yeah, we'll get to that a little later. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, still comment whatever you want. And bye.